Hey everybody, welcome to Ellis Mowers. I appreciate y'all watching. Probably have about the nicest push mower I'll probably ever have right here behind me. Got it from a person who bought a push mower from me earlier this year. I did pay some money for this. However, you'll see why I paid a little bit of money for it. He offered it to me. I was like, sure. Said the carb was leaking. Carb's not leaking, but it's not starting. The thing looks brand new. It's a JA62 John Deere. So the high-end commercial grade is crazy. I'll show you around it. We'll hopefully just have some minor carb fixes. Hopefully it's not a needle and seat issue. If so, we'll figure out the carb situation. We'll get this thing rolling. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, this is, like I said, John Deere JA62. Yep, JA62. It's rear drive self-propel, has a 2-speed transaxle on it. Look at how clean this thing is. I haven't washed it or anything. I just picked the thing up yesterday, finally getting around to filming it today. Ball bearing wheels on all 4 corners. It's awesome. Rolls really easily. I cannot lift this mower by myself like I can 95% of other lawn mowers. So got the bag with it. Again, just a little dirty. Just needs a little bit of a washing and we'll be good. Like I said, I put gas in it. It runs on carb spray, but that's it. Doesn't run on its own. It looks like, once I clean this thing up, it's going to look like it came off of the showroom floor. I think this lawnmower was over $500 new. Obviously, they don't make them anymore. It's got the overhead valve Briggs and Stratton on it, so it doesn't have a Kawasaki. It's probably about the only option this thing does not have, if it was even an option. Made in 06. This is one of the later overhead valve Briggs. I think they kind of stopped making them in the Quantum style anyways in like 07 or so. But I mean, just look at it. Oil is I will need to change the oil. It's just a little dark, and it does smell a little bit of fuel, so that kind of tells me that I may be getting a needle and seat leak. Let's see. I don't see it down in the carburetor here where we're getting one, but I can smell it in the gas. So not a big deal. I do have a carburetor I can swap onto this and it'll be just fine. But let's check under the mower. Here's the model number for this. It's a GX JA62V222491. Date code 082406. So 2006 model year. Knocking on the door, 15 years old here. Let's look under it. So when you look under it, you can tell it's been used a little bit. But I mean, the blade, I'll hold you down for a second here, hold on. Like, I ain't even got to take the blade off, it's still so sharp. So that's fantastic. Figure out the carb issue with this, and that'll be it. I got to work on this one on the ground because it's not quite. I can't lift this thing up onto my little table. But I'm just going to pinch off the fuel line and take that 1/2-inch bowl nut off. See what I can end up mustering here. See if we have just a blocked jet. See if I can just get the jet unblocked. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of corrosion in this carburetor, though, just looking at the condition of everything. I hope not, but we shall see. Alright guys, we're going to start here. I'm going to take off this bowl nut. I've already kind of started, but we're just going to see the condition of everything in here. There will be a little gas that comes out. That's just the way it's going to be. It's already a little bit of corrosion in that area. So, get about 4 splines at a time turning this thing. Looks like a little bit of old gas in there, but you know, that's to be expected. Let's see what we have here. We have a, yep, that's exactly what we have, a block jet. Take a bowl. I almost just want to clean the jet out to see if it'll run real quick. Almost like throw some seafoam in it and then call it a day. It's using a wire here. I can't see through it at this moment. Here we go. I'll spray it with a little bit of carb cleaner. All right, so I just put it back on. I know there's a bunch of varnish and stuff in there, but I mean, what's it hurt to try before I have to take the whole thing off? I don't have a lot invested in this, so just a little bit of just a few minutes, just doing a quick and dirty, what we call them, the trade, I guess, or the the YouTube small engine trade. I don't know if you call me a YouTube certified small engine repair guy or what, but a lot of people out there better than I am. Y'all just choose to watch me, and I always thank you for every view. Helps grow the channel, helps me learn and get better as well. So, okay, we undo that. I don't think we're gonna get that lucky. I hear some primer action going on now though, that's good. As long as the needle and seat aren't bad, we'll be fine, but I think they said it was leaking gas the last time it was used. Here, we'll just keep on cruising here. I'll get y'all out here and see if we got any action going on with this thing. No. Trying to prime though. Yeah, we're going to take this carb off. That's too bad. I was hoping that quick and dirty would fix it. Obviously not. It's not priming right. You can just hear a bunch of air going through there. So, think my next approach, I'm just going to take them two 5/16 inch bolts off and see if that helps with anything. Maybe spray a little compressed air down there and see if we can get it to prime. I think if we can get it to prime, it might be alright as long as the needle and seat are not toast on it. If so, I got a carburetor here, we'll just pop one on it. Alright y'all, since this mower is a little bit different than, or a little bit heavier than what I'm accustomed to, I'm going to just turn it on its side and probably give y'all a better angle, honestly. I'm going to take everything off here. Cover, air filter, 5/16. We'll get this off. Be careful when you do that. Okay. Let's see what the condition of the gasket looks like. It looks pretty good. Let's see if we can feel a puff of air going through here. Oh, most definitely. Okay. Take this off the breather tube. There's just something about these overhead valve Briggs that I really don't care for very much. Number one, because they don't really, really hard to find an aftermarket carburetor for them. And they always surge, it seems. Even when you think you got them right, they still surge, and you're like, come on. Gonna disconnect the fuel line. The benefit of having it tilted like this is that it should be away from any sort of fuel in the gas tank. So, oh. This thing seriously is like if I went back to John Deere and was like, hey, I want a JA62 push mower in 2006, then this is what they would, this is what it would look like. It's like going back in time, which is pretty cool. 3/8. They've been on there a while, haven't they? Alright. Alright, we got the plate on there still. There we go. That gasket's trying to break on me. I don't need that to happen. Alright, so man, I think this thing's gummed up real bad. Let's take it over to the bench and see what happens. Alright y'all, I can't, a little bit too much stuff in front of my shelf with the light, so as you can see, there's some of the gas that came out, so we're gonna I have a feeling it's gonna be a little dirty. Hope that the needle and seat's okay. Just wanted to do the quick and dirty to see if anything would come about it, but obviously it did not. Probably because it's just a bunch of junk in that jet. Let's see if we can get this thing off here. Oh my goodness. Breaking the gasket down too, darn. So like even the gaskets aren't that easy to find. Yeah, you can see we've got some serious issues with the junk in there. So I'm gonna take some carb spray, get this gasket out of here if I can. so that I don't expand it or anything like that whenever I do this. I do have that ultrasonic. I'm curious. I almost want to throw it in there with some mean green. Maybe I can just sit here and clean it right here. Or with some simple green. That's what it's called. So, I mean, it could be a lot worse. So there's all the other junk in there. Just gonna keep work on it here, guys. Clean it a little bit with this carb spray. See if we can get it functional. If we can, throw it back on the mower. Let it run. Let it run. See if we got it fixed. Alright, y'all, that's quite a bit better, especially in the bowl there. There's still a little bit of varnish on the float, but let's see what we've got. That looks good again, so let's go ahead and put it back together. And tell you what, y'all just stay with me here and we'll do this whole shebang. See if we can do it here all together in one. I don't know, it's always so difficult to get these float or to get this jet back in. Should be no reason why it's difficult to get a jet back in a carburetor. Okay. Just making a mess of everything here, aren't I? All right. Ta-da. Alright, come with me back to reality. Okay, so this might be a little fun since my gasket's a little screwed up, but we'll put this back on the hook back onto the intake. I just move this out here real quick. Okay. Let's see. Put these back on. Alright, I got them in there good enough to throw the impact on them real quick. Okay, and number 2. Okay, so that's back on. Now we'll put the, I guess the remnants of the gasket back on here, see if we can make it work. Not the most ideal situation, but hey, if we can make it work, way to go us, right? Okay. You can see that's not ending very well. really the most important is the top part right there, so let's see what we can manage here. It's literally just got to get right there to the top part. So put these screws in. See if we can at least salvage the, yeah, there we go. Salvage that, which I think we can. One thing about these primers is that they're air-fired primers, but they are a lot more reliable than the Quantum flatheads. Mostly because the travel of them is not nearly as far as the Quantum. It just has to travel like that far instead of that far. Doesn't have to travel around the entire gasket to get to where it needs to go. Just needs to go into a certain area. Very strong hoof, so to speak. I checked the needle and seat. It seemed to be holding, which is good. Going our way. That's how easy this thing is to roll. Like my garage is flat, pretty much. I guess it's not 100% flat, but it's rolling. So let me see if I can hear it priming. Oh yeah, it's priming like back into the dang tank. So let's get it out here real quick. It's got enough oil and stuff in it, so it should be good to run. gonna throw a little bit of that Small Engine Pro stuff in there, which is, I guess, like seafoam. I'm gonna put the air filter on it. I'm just gonna let it run for a little while, see if it smooths out. If it smooths out, I'm gonna change the oil in it and let it sit overnight. And as long as it's not leaking in the needle and seat overnight, we'll sell it in the morning, or at least list it. All right, Joel, it's getting dark. It's the same day. I did let it sit for a couple of hours. Man, it's starting right up, running. It could run just a little bit better than it is. However, I don't want to take it off one more time and mess up any jets or anything, or mess up any needle and seat or anything like that, since I got it running as good as it is. Plus the overhead valve engines are nearly impossible to get to where they don't surge. The older ones and even the newer ones, they'll surge just a little bit, especially when they don't have any load on them. But it's starting. You prime it about 3 or 4 times, starts right up cold, starts right back up warm. Not really much more you can ask for. I've let it run for about 20 to 30 minutes. Here's what it did, cleaned up. I just gave it a quick little wash. I mean, it didn't need much of anything. Didn't even put any like cleaner or anything on it. Just washed the dirt off of it. So let me show you it starts. I'll show you the 2-speed self-propelled too, so I'll get you on this side so that you can see that. And you'll hear it surge up and down just a little bit. But honestly, it's probably the best overhead valve Briggs quantum style that I've had in terms of it not surging as much. But it may just have just the tiniest bit of hunting, which for any other push mower I would be like, whatever. But for the price that it's going to be asking for this, I'm still kind of on the edge of if I want to just try throwing it in the ultrasonic cleaner. I just haven't had very good luck with the Briggs overhead valve carbs, so I'm just trying to not cut my losses, but make sure that it runs and runs reliably for whoever gets it. And I think once you get a couple of uses out of it, and especially in the season, it'll get rid of all the remaining varnish and stuff in there. Like I said, I'll show you. It starts right back up too. So I think I'm gonna be all right with that. So that'll complete this video. Again, I don't think I shared with you how much I had in it to start, and I bought it for $60. I figured that it's probably pushing $300, and I had a hunch that it was just either going to be a carb replacement or a carb clean. Ended up being just a carb clean, which is good. And I tell you what, this is a super nice lawnmower, JA62. I guess it's a has a really thick deck on it. Is this a commercial grade mower? Y'all tell me. It's either a really, really, really high-end residential or a commercial grade mower. Ball bearing wheels, big bag. It's got the Briggs on it. That's the only thing. So, again, a carb clean. We're going to let it sit overnight. I'll list it. Pretty confident that this was a good lawnmower for somebody. Probably around the $280 to $300 range. I might try. I don't think it's a $300 mower, but I might try $300 and just see what kind of hits I get. Probably the nicest. I don't know. I'll let y'all be the judge. This is probably the nicest JA62 in existence. Everything works on it like it should. The mower's almost 15 years old, but man, does it look like it just came off the showroom floor almost. So, anyways, should I put the carb in the ultrasonic cleaner? Probably. It probably would have done a little bit of a better job, but it also would have taken longer to heat up the ultrasonic cleaner than to actually just do that quick clean that I did with the carburetor there. Running a little bit of small engine pro through it that Staybill makes seems to be helping it out a little bit too. So yeah, I think that's good. Priming, running, cutting, self-propel works. Need to change the oil. I'll do that first thing in the morning. It's a little too dark tonight. But thank you all again for watching, and let me know what y'all think of this JA62. If y'all enjoy these, if you've had one, experiences, good or bad. So I'll catch y'all in the next video. Thanks for all the support, and I'll see you then.